everybody, welcome back to Talk with Nia. Now today we're going to be talking about celebrities who decided to expose the industry, mainly the music industry. You may be surprised about some of the things that you hear from these artists, but without further ado, let's get into it. Now we're going to start off with Jaguar Wright. Now, Jaguar Wright was an R&B singer, songwriter, and narrator, and she had quite a few things to get off her chest within the past few months, mainly last year, about the music industry and certain celebrities. A lot of people have deemed her to just be crazy and disregard whatever she says, but take a listen to this.
They were having a hard time taking her solo, and then Aaliyah died. And then they brought Rich Harrison in, and you know, got me thinking so crazy right now. She liked posing with him in pictures for Page Six. Aaliyah didn't. She fell in love with Dane. And Aaliyah's gone, and you know. You have to start asking yourself questions after being in this business for this long. If you're a halfway intelligent person, when do you start questioning how lucky some motherfuckers keep getting?
Right. Yeah.
Is it really a conspiracy if the same person keeps benefiting off the same kind of tragedy over and over and over again? So to answer your question, I'm sure he's always going to be a billionaire, and I'm sure he's got great things to happen. I mean, look, he's got the job with the NFL. He's hooking all his friends up with the halftime shows. I mean, think about it. Think about the halftime shows. Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, all Rock Nation. Now Rihanna, and then we had the whole LA thing, which of course he was involved in that, and then they pulled Mary J. Blige off to, you know, make sure she got that money for Kendall, and you know, they had that whole moment, you know, but all he's doing is using his friends and the people that he fucks with, or at least the people that signs his non-disclosure agreements. He keeps getting them the Super Bowl gigs. So I mean, like, he's doing all kinds of stuff, you know, and I do not begrudge him. It's just, if you got to do the kind of things that he's done to get where he's gotten, I don't want it that bad. I don't want nothing.
Now we are going to move on. Let's get into Trina. Now, Trina is a female rapper, and she shared her experience being in the music industry and how she was basically told that if she had kids, her career was over. She also shared that the industry is full of drugs and can get you caught up in a lot of stuff if you're not mentally there. Listen to this.
As signed to a label, as a female artist, you were taught and told, you have a kid, that's the end of your career. No, and I mean, I didn't get it then. Well, I did get it because I was young, so it's like, a kid? How you gonna go on the show? How you gonna do a tour? How you gonna get on a road? What you gonna do with the kid? Who's gonna watch it? My mom was there all the time, but thinking, I don't know, just being young, thinking like, is that raising a kid, just dropping off to your grandma, dropping off to grandma's house, dropping off to your mama? Yeah, she's there, but that my mama wasn't dropping me off to nobody's house. I was supposed to have a kid. I had 4 miscarriages. The most hurtful thing in the world to happen as a woman. Sometimes I didn't know how to bounce back from that. Sometimes I screamed, I never want to get pregnant and have a kid in my life. I don't care what nobody's saying. Because what I experienced, it was hurtful. And you're not me, you're not in my shoes, so you can't walk in the pain that I walked in to feel that. Like having a miscarriage, okay, for me, it was 2 attachments. Oh, okay, you're pregnant. This is beautiful at the time because you're in a great relationship. We both want this. Do you tell people? Do you get too excited? You don't make a public, I'm not a public announcement kind of girl. So a couple friends knew, a couple family. Then boom, something go wrong. You have a miscarriage. Now everybody's in a huddle crying over you. Now it's a pity party. I don't want the pity party. That's made me sad and depressed. I don't want to have that. I don't want to feel like a failure. I don't want to feel like, is it me? Is it my fault? Why? 4 times. I don't even know if I maybe am not supposed to be a mom. Or am I? Maybe you'll be a beautiful mom. And then When my mom got sick, 2015, I said, do I really want a child? How could I have a child without my mom here? I don't have the connection to go through and see it without her. Industry is thirsty, it's guys, it's drugs, it's liquor.
And please forgive me because I'm a little bit,
People have evil intentions around you. Like,
It could get you caught up in a bad space if you're not here.
like the music industry is more snakier and more fucked up.
Oh, you hanging out with this artist, and all of a sudden you go hanging out at his hotel, and now he's there, he done got too high, fell asleep, his friends done came, and somebody done touched you, did something inappropriately.
Than the streets.
Why are you in that situation? You have to watch yourself. Nobody's not watching out for you.
And this is very troubling because Black women are already coming out of a history of being sexually exploited.
People got their camera phones on, they watching, they see, recording you, they watch you do crazy stuff. Don't get in those kind of situations.
Of being associated with sexual excess and deviance. And now, in order to have a space in video culture, to be participants in the industry at large, they have to basically co-sign an exploitative conception of who they are in order to participate.
I never was gonna get in that, so I don't know how to tell nobody else not to, but you have to watch out for yourself.
You know, I never did it because I always thought like I would end up fucking the female rapper. And, you know, she looking good. I'm spending so much money on her photo shoots. I gotta fuck.
So what did you guys think about that? Now let's move on to Future. Future is a rapper, and he shared how you can get financially screwed by these labels and how they really can mess with your money. And we know a lot of artists have had issues with their coin. Listen to what he had to say.
After every album, you need to audit the label and tell them how much I owe you. Like, so, cause they'll tell you after the fourth album you owe us for the first album. Or what about the studio session you booked? What about those buses, the flights we took care of, and your friends and your hotels and the food? And then that started being a big bill, but you on the fifth album. Now you're on your fifth album, but they're telling you about a bill from the second album and the first albums and third album to get you to sign again or whatever to get some more money out you. Or you got to make sure your business right. So that's what I want to be for my artists, to make sure from day one you got 100%. Like, so whatever you put in, you get out.
Right.
Whatever work you put into it, you're gonna be able to reap the benefits off of it. You know, a lot of artists make $200-300 million, and at the end of their $200-300 million, they done spent it all. They got to still sign a new deal.
Right.
Be like, you ain't saving $150 million of that.
Now, speaking about the money and the industry with the labels, T.I. also shared, and he's a rapper, y'all know that. He also shared how artists get themselves in a really bad financial situation by signing 360 deals, okay? Listen to what he had to say.
360 means you have accepted something from the label that has given them the right to accept a percentage, all of your ancillary businesses. That means your tour money,
Records.
if you got sponsorship dollars.
Huh? That ain't got nothing to do with them. That ain't no music.
Ancillary.
And people actually sign that?
Of course they do. Listen, most times artists are only looking for what they're getting right then.
Okay.
They feel
they're not
like
looking down the road. They're looking right now.
Nah,
right here, what I can see.
Because what we always have is ideas, and what the industry has is access. So we usually exchange our ideas for their access. And that's how we usually get ourselves.
That's why we end up on the short end of the stick.
Until we have created the leverage for ourselves,
right,
where we can tip the scales in the other direction.
Now that we got the financial piece from Future and T.I., let's hear a mashup of music artists like Eminem, Nicki Minaj, 50 Cent, DMX, and more about the bad side of the music industry.
Facts. Hear it. This industry is not what it seems to be. Listen.
Like the music industry is more snakier and more fucked up than the streets.
I'm fine if I lose to fucking Kanye or someone that I'm like, okay, I respect that. I know who that is, and Kanye has a huge following, and he's made a massive impact on music. Fine, I'm good with that. But don't fucking get us all here to use your selling point for your fucking show and stiff everybody every single fucking time.
Yet, the Grammys have brainwashed us into thinking for years that the Grammys are about what? Talent.
Man, the game is fucking bullshit. If you want to rap or sing or whatever, don't become a part of the game.
It's going down, baby. It's gonna be terrible.
record sales are gonna get worse. Worse till they just amount to nothing. Oh, I'm just gonna take my money and leave. I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna get what's left.
When you get to a level of success, when you getting 30, 40, 50,000 a show, you platinum, you running across the world. There's 3 different doors, right? There's 3 different ways to walk. There's to the left, there's to the right, and then there's straight. Straight is you're on your own. Let's see if you continue this success, young man. Let's see if it's all about your skills, young man. Let's really see that when you went straight. To the right, I'm not sure if that's the home shit right there. And then there's to the left, I'm not sure if there's some sacrifice going on right there.
You can't make it to the real party because somewhere, if you're not a homosexual, they got a filtering out process.
Yeah.
Because,
Are you saying
yeah, go ahead.
somebody at G-Unit tried to get you, bro?
See, look, you trying to sensationalize it. What I'm saying is,
I'm trying to figure it out.
What I just told you. When you in this business, right, and you got talent, they want you because you got influence. So if you got the potential to be influential, they want you. Not because you're talent, because they could use you as a tool to push their agenda.
He explained that the companies we worked for had invested millions into the building of privately owned prisons, and that our positions of influence in the music industry would actually impact the profitability of these investments. Then he says, I remember many of us in the group immediately looking at each other in awe and confusion. At the same time, I didn't know what a private prison was, but I wasn't the only one. Sure enough, someone asked what these prisons were and what any of this had to do with music. We were told that these prisons were built by privately owned companies who received funding from the government based on the number of inmates.
Mm-hmm.
The more inmates, the more the government would pay these prisons.
Mm-hmm.
It was also made clear to us that since these prisons are privately owned, as they become publicly traded, we'd be able to buy shares. Most of us were taken back by this. Again, a couple of people asked what this had to do with us. At this point, my industry colleague who had first opened the meeting took the floor again and answered our questions. He told us that since our employees had become solid investors in this prison business, it was now in their interest to make sure that these prisons remain filled. Our job would be to help make this happen by making music which promote criminal behavior, rap being the music of choice. He assured us that this would be a great situation for us because rap music was becoming an increasingly profitable market for our companies, and as employees, we'd also be able to buy stocks in these prisons. Immediately, silence came over the room. You could have heard a pin drop. I remember looking around to make sure I wasn't dreaming and saw half of the people with dropped jaws.
So that is all I have for you guys today. I'll definitely do another part to this because there are a ton of clips that I have in regards to celebs exposing the industry. Let me know if you want another part to this and comment what you thought down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.